for some yoga standing poses. Feel free to pause the recording anytime you want to spend more time with a pose. You can, I'm here, I've got my mat, 2 blocks, and a chair. And you can also use a wall, and you can not use any of this if you want and just do it on your floor. Don't do anything that you don't feel is right for your body or your favorite healthcare practitioner told you not to do. Just don't worry, and maybe you can come up with a nice modification. So here we go. The first pose, Tadasana. A Tada in Sanskrit is a mountain. So we're doing mountain pose. Bring your legs together, feet together. Press fully across the ball of the foot from little toe side to big toe side. So you're pressing the whole ball of the foot, the whole sole of the heel. Press them down equal and evenly, right foot and left foot. From there, from pressing those feet down, stretch the legs up. Roll your buttock bones down. Lift through the sides of the rib cage. Roll the shoulders back and down. Extend your arms. Keep your facial features soft and relaxed. That's your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth. Keep your neck and throat softly relaxed, and just breathe easy. Tadasana, mountain pose. Next, we'll do Adho, Mukha, Svanasana, downward facing dog. So we'll do it this time from hands and knees. So come to hands and knees. Your hands are about one of your hand's distance forward of your shoulders. Your knees are slightly behind your hips. You're pressing equally and evenly on the right hand and the left hand, spreading the palms, lengthening the fingers, and pressing into every joint of every finger. Tuck your toes, all 10 toes under. Lift the knees. You're going to push your hands down and forward to take your hips back. Relax your head down. Straighten your legs. Just like we did in mountain pose, sink the heels down. Move the front thighs back to stretch those legs. Lengthen the hips away from the shoulders. Breathe easily. Bend your knees and walk your feet forward towards your hands. You can keep your knees bent if you like, but again, press the soles of the feet and the soles of the heels down. And press the big toes down so that the hips are about over your ankles. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders onto your back. Push your heels down even more as you come up slowly. So you don't see spots. Give your blood pressure a chance to equalize. Come to Tadasana, mountain pose again. Utthita Trikonasana. Extended triangle pose. Just like a regular triangle, all the sides are straight. So we're going to try to keep all our sides straight. So legs straight, arms straight, and sides of the rib cage nice and straight. Take your arms wide, bend your knees, step wide. From your hip joints, from your groins, your hip joints, slightly turn the left leg inward and the right leg 90 degrees outward. Again, from the hip joints, check. Are your kneecaps and your toes pointing the same direction? Now turn your navel and ribs back to face front so your shoulders are in line with your hips again. Push that left heel down strongly. I am mirroring you. Push that left heel down strongly, firm both legs. Lift up through the chest. Tip your hips to the left, reaching out with the right to keep that right side of the rib cage nice and long. Bring your right hand down to your shin. Have a firm grip here. And again, press that right big toe down. Hips go back towards the left leg. Lift your chest, your sternum. Turn the ribs. Stretch the arms apart. You can look up towards your thumb. If it hurts your neck, you can look straight ahead. or even down at that right foot. So keep your neck happy. After your next exhale, push that back heel down, come up, turn 10 toes straight ahead. We'll go to the left side, to the second side. So right leg turns in slightly, left leg turns out 90 degrees. Check to make sure that your kneecap and your left toes are all pointing the same direction. Turn your navel and ribs to the right. Stretch in every direction. Tip your hips to the right. Down you go, reaching out with that left hand to keep the left side of the rib cage long. Press your left big toe down, your right heel down, front thighs back. Lift the chest, turn the ribs so those right ribs go back. Stretch your arms apart. You can look up towards that right thumb, or you can look straight ahead or down. Relax your left shoulder. Keep breathing. Push your right heel down, lift the right wrist up, come up. Turn 10 toes straight ahead. Bend your knees. Come back to Tadasana. See, how are you? All right. The next pose is Utthita Parsvakonasana. Extended side angle pose. You can use your blocks or you can have your hand on your thigh. Take your arms wide. Bend your knees, step wide. It's really helpful if you can step your legs wide enough so your outer ankle bones are under your wrist. From the hip joints, turn the left leg slightly in, turn the right leg 90 degrees out. Lift up again, turn your navel and rib cage a little bit back to the left just to keep yourself in line. Just to warm up that knee joint, we're going to bend the knee 5 times. On the 5th time, we'll hold it. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. You can look down and make sure you can see 3 or 4, at least 3 or 4 of your toes from the inner knee side so you'll have good ankle-knee alignment. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Here's the last one. Exhale, bend and step. You can bring your right forearm down to your right thigh. Rest your left hand on your hip. Lift the sternum, turn the ribs. If you want to go deeper, you can put your hand on the floor, on the little toe side of your foot, or on a block, a yoga block. Press that right arm and leg into each other. Stretch the left leg. Lift your chest, turn the ribs. And then take your left arm up and over so there's a big diagonal line. You can look up towards the ceiling, or if it hurts your neck, of course, you can look straight ahead or even down. To come up, keep pushing through that right heel and take that left arm back to help you pull you up. Turn 10 toes straight ahead. We'll go to the left side. Take your right leg slightly in, your left leg 90 degrees out. Again, let's just loosen up the joints by bending the knee 5 times. Here we go. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Check your ankle knee alignment. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and stay. Push that right heel down. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Rest your right hand on your right hip. Lift the chest. Turn the ribs. If you want to go deeper, bring that left hand down. Join the left arm and leg and press them into each other. Again, stretch that right leg. Lift the chest. Turn the ribs. Then you can take your right arm up and over. Stretching your right hand in the opposite direction of stretching your right foot. So big long stretch on that right side. Push that left heel down with even more vigor. Take that right hand back. Come up to standing. Turn 10 toes straight ahead and come back to Tadasana. Is everybody okay? Take a break if you need to. You can. We're going to do another downward facing dog, but we're going to get into it a different way. So come to one end of your mat. feet hip-width apart or even a little wider. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll your body bones down, lift the chest up, fold forward into Uttanasana. Plant your hands firmly on your mat, step back so that you are a good distance, your feet are a good distance from your hands for downward facing dog. Stretch the legs just like you've been doing in mountain pose and triangle pose, stretching those legs. Let's lift our heels up as high as they can go, and from there lifting your hips even higher. Bend your knees, bring your rib cage closer to your thighs, push with your hands, and you'll feel a deeper shoulder stretch, won't you? And then keep the hips there, keep the ribs there, but straighten your legs. Your head will be closer to the floor now. Pressing every fingerprint down, every joint down. Keep your shoulders happy. Roll your biceps out, your triceps in. Bend your knees, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Press the heels down. Come back up to Tadasana. And now we're going to try a balancing pose. It's called Ardha Chandrasana. Ardha means half. Chandra is moon in Sanskrit. Asana is pose, so half moon pose. Let's do it a couple different ways. Let's just check our balance out. We're going to go from triangle to half moon this time. Take your arms wide, bend your knees, step the feet wide, turn your legs as you know to do, to the right, stretch, go into your triangle pose. Rest your left hand on your hip, glue this right foot down so it's not going to hop around on you. Bend your right knee slightly, step in with your left foot, take that right hand out, forward of your foot, but on the left little toe side of the foot. And then as you lift that left leg, straighten your right leg up. Stretch the legs, stretch both legs. And then you lose your balance, of course you can come out. But what we want to do is stack our left hip, ribs, and shoulders on top of the right. And once we have that, stretch your left arm up. Breathe. All right, coming back to triangle pose. And then we'll come right into the second side. Keep breathing. Okay, hip joints. Turn the right leg slightly in, left leg 90 degrees out. Stretch in all directions. Go into your triangle pose. Bring your right hand to your hip. Bend your left knee. Step in with your right foot and out with your left hand. Push down with that, and we've glued it down with Gorilla Glue so we won't hop around. Stretch the right leg up. Stack your right hip, rib, shoulder on top of the left. Keep stretching. And then extend your right arm up, or not. Keep it on your hip if you'd like. Keep breathing. Good. Let's go back to triangle pose. Light as a butterfly, landing on a rose petal. Come back up. Turn 10 toes straight ahead. And back to mountain pose. Of course you can use the wall for that one. I'm going to show it now with the chair. So, and you can use, a chair that works, probably one that doesn't have arms. And we'll just go from Tadasana. We're going to step wide again, turn the legs to the right, like we're doing triangle. Go into your triangle. Bring your left hand to your hip, bend your right knee, step in with your left foot, bring your right forearm and hand down to the chair seat, your left hand on the chair back. We lift that leg up and straighten our standing leg. You can push your left hand into the chair to help turn your ribs. So you've stacked your left hip, rib, and shoulder over the right. To come out, you've still got the chair to help you. You can come back to your triangle and then back up and back to Tadasana so we can move the chair. All right, Tadasana, Trikonasana, triangle, mountain to triangle pose. Bend your left knee, right hand to right hip, step in, bring your right hand down, your left hand down to the chair, your right hand to the chair back, lift the legs, and I guess I'm push-pulling, so I'm pulling a little bit with my lower hand and pushing with this hand that's on the chair back to help me get length and turn. And here is our triangle pose. Come back to your triangle. Here's our half moon pose. Come back to triangle. Come back up. Back to mountain pose. And just as a restorative, let's take our feet hip width apart, shoulder width apart. Hold your elbows, make a box around your head, lift up, curve to one side, and come up. Curve to the other side. And come up, lift up, fold forward, relax here. Bring your hands back to your hips, roll the shoulders onto your back, slowly come up. And thank you for joining me today. Namaste.